A very good evening to everyone present here. It is an immense pleasure and privilege to stand before our distinguished dignitaries, esteemed speakers, the delegates, and all our participants for what promises to be an enlightening and transformative event. IAMC Hyderabad and the Commonwealth Lawyers Association takes great pride in bringing this one-of-its-kind event together. We are honored to extend a warm welcome to all our distinguished guests, dignitaries, esteemed speakers, and valued participants who have traveled from across the country and from the countries of the Commonwealth. We are truly grateful for the effort you have made to join us, making this event not only successful, but also a memorable and joyous one. Ladies and gentlemen, I welcome you all to the Commonwealth Med-Arb Conference 2024. I now request the honorable dignitaries to kindly proceed to the dais for the lighting of the lamp and declare the inaugural ceremony open, followed by the felicitation. We will now begin with the felicitation. I kindly request Mr. M. Rajendra Reddy, former chairman of the Bar Council for the United Andhra Pradesh, to felicitate Honorable Mr. Justice Bhushan Ramakrishnan Gavai, Judge of the Supreme Court of India. Of the International Arbitration I would now like to request Mr. A.J. Jawad, Senior Mediator Trainer, MCPC, to felicitate our guest of honor, Honorable Chief Justice Shri Alok Arade, High Court. Mr. R. Prabhakaran, Advocate, Madras High Court, to felicitate our guest of honor, Honorable Justice A.H.M.D. Nawaz, Judge of the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka. Now I request Mr. Pramod Kumar Kedia, Advocate and Chairman of Agrison Bank, to I request Mr. Tariq Khan, the Registrar of the International Arbitration and Mediation Center, Hyderabad, to please deliver the welcome address for the Commonwealth Med-Arb Conference 2024.
Chief Minister for the State of Telangana, Honorable Mr. Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gavai, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Sri Justice Alok Aradhe, Chief Justice, High Court for the State of Telangana, Honorable Justice A.H. M.D. Nawaz, Senior Judge, Supreme Court of Sri Lanka, Dr. Peter Maynard, KC, President, Commonwealth Lawyers Association, Honorable Judges present here in the gathering today, Sri A. Sudarshan Reddy Garu, Advocate General for the State of Telangana, office bearers from the Telangana High Court Advocates Association and the Bar Council of Telangana, esteemed speakers, senior advocates, colleagues from the bar, members of the press, distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed an honor and privilege for me to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of the Commonwealth Med-Arb Conference, which has been jointly organized by IAMC Hyderabad and the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. It is indeed a momentous occasion for all of us as we bring together thought leaders, practitioners, experts from across the Commonwealth, united by a common purpose for promoting the cause of arbitration and mediation. Before I begin, as many of our guests have come to Hyderabad for the first time, I would just like to briefly tell you a little bit about the city of Hyderabad. Hyderabad is the fastest growing city in India and one of the fastest growing cities in Asia in terms of the real GDP growth after Ho Chi Minh City in Vietnam. The potential of the city can be measured from the fact that if you talk about the supply of the vaccine, it's a pharma capital of Asia because 1/3 of the global vaccine supply is from the state of Telangana alone. And I may tell you that under the leadership of the present government and the Honorable Chief Minister who's present here, the state has seen a lot of growth in IT sector. And for the past few years, Hyderabad is the most preferred destination for IT. To give you an example about the potential in IT, Amazon's largest campus in the world is not in Seattle. It's present very close to our center in Hyderabad. And same is true for the second largest headquarters of Google, Microsoft, Qualcomm. And if you get some time, please explore the city, and this is something you all must see. Now, little bit about the center, what IMC has done in the very short journey. We have completed almost 3 years of our operation. I will quickly touch about basic highlights that we have done. The center has handled disputes amounting to approximately $700 million, which makes us one of the fastest growing centers in Asia. And I may add that what we have been doing for the state, we have been administering all the RERA cases, mediation, pro bono for the state of Telangana, and we have also been doing a lot of work for MSME sector in the state. We have collaborations with international organizations, with some of the biggest institutions across the globe, such as the Russian Arbitration Center, Dubai International Arbitration Center, and we have been very actively been invited by London Disputes Week, Singapore, Dubai, and many other countries. I may add that last week I was invited to speak at the BRICS conference, and IMC was representing India in that. And we were very happy to know that the center is now being recognized as an emerging hub in Asia. So that's something I wanted to share and tell you that credit goes to all of you, our trustees, and all the people who have supported us. So on behalf of IMC Hyderabad and CLA, I extend my gratitude to all of you for being a part of this historic conference. I wish you all 3 next days of learning, and thank you so much, and I welcome you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for welcoming the distinguished audience for this Commonwealth Med-Arb Conference 2024. As truly said in the words of Max Lucado, conflict is inevitable, but combat is optional. And thereby, in the vein of this coveted conference, Bridging Divides, innovative approaches to conflict resolution, and in celebration of the countries of Commonwealth, mediation and arbitration is not only a mechanism to resolve disputes, but also eventually teaches us that true negotiation is not a matter of giving up one's principles, but finding common ground where both sides can be satisfied. In this spirit, ladies and gentlemen, we commence with the inaugural ceremony of the Commonwealth Med-Arb Conference. I am delighted to now introduce our distinguished guests whose expertise and dedication have significantly contributed to the field of dispute resolution. Their diverse backgrounds and unique perspectives will undoubtedly enrich our discussions and inspire all of us. Introducing our guest of honor for the day, let's welcome Dr. Peter D. Menard, KC, a distinguished legal professional with over 4 decades of expertise as an arbitrator, mediator, and an arbitration counsel. He serves as a senior partner at Peter D. Menard Counsel and Attorneys and is the founder and chair of the International and Western Hemisphere Arbitration, Adjudication, and Mediation Center. Dr. Menard has played pivotal roles globally, contributing to the arbitration frameworks, including the CARICOM Model Arbitration Bill and various international arbitration centers. A certified mediator by the Florida Supreme Court, he is also the president of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association and a member of the LCIA Latin American Caribbean Council. With extensive academic contributions, including the roles at the University of Bahamas and Cambridge University, Dr. Menard has authored over 100 publications. Fluent in multiple languages, he continues to shape the global arbitration landscape through leadership and scholarship. Let's please give a warm welcome to Dr. Peter D. Menard, KC. I now invite our guest of honor, Dr. Peter D. Menard, KC, President of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, to address the gathering.
May I take it that the protocol has been established? Friends, old friends, so good to see so many of you, and new friends, I hope to make new friends among the others during my time here. Namaskar. It is a great pleasure to be here. I think in Telugu, Ikaga Undalam Gauravam. It's a great pleasure to be here. I want to thank the organizers for the fine arrangements, especially my friend, colleague, the Honorary Life President of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association, Santan, and his team. Is also with me the past president, Brian Spears, and also Julian Karavanganda of the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. Together, we invite you all to the Malta conference we are having from the 6th to the 10th of April of next year in Malta, in the Mediterranean. Please do join us. It will be a spectacular conference, I think you'll find, and it'll be good to have you. In the midst of chaos, there is also opportunity. Those are the words of Sun Tzu, a Chinese general and strategist. Together today, we address pressing issues that affect us all, the widening divides within our societies, and the urgent need for innovative approaches to conflict resolution. As we navigate this complex landscape, it's essential to remember that conflict is not merely an obstacle, it can also be a catalyst for positive change. Throughout history, we have witnessed how divisions can escalate into conflicts that tear communities apart. And so, at the heart of effective conflict resolution is dialogue. Yes, meaningful dialogue requires more than just an exchange of words. It demands active listening and a genuine willingness to understand one another's perspectives. We must create spaces where individuals feel safe to express their thoughts and emotions without fear of judgment or retaliation. Consider the power of storytelling and framing. When we share our personal narratives, we humanize our experiences and foster empathy, inviting others into our stories. I reflected on this indeed, as I've just written a book entitled People Power, which is about a human rights activist, one particularly close to me, my late grandmother, who rose from very humble circumstances to raise 4 children. She set up 2 businesses. She financed politicians to go to Britain to ask for the right to independence, the right for women to vote. Women voted for the first time in 1962, and it was because of her hard work. And her story has been told in a book which I've entitled People Power, because there we have from the grassroots people being able to make such an important difference. One of the innovative approaches is Med-Arb, which we discussed at length. Innovative approaches to conflict also involve interdisciplinary collaboration, bringing together experts of various kinds in the process. Technology is also a tool for connection. In our digital age, technology presents both challenges and opportunities for conflict resolution. While social media can amplify the divisions, it can also serve as a platform for constructive dialogue and awareness raising. Cultivating empathy. Empathy is the cornerstone of any successful conflict resolution strategy. It requires us to step outside our own experiences and genuinely consider the feelings and motivations of others. As leaders in our respective fields, we have a responsibility to model empathetic behavior in our interactions with others. Training programs focused on emotional intelligence can equip individuals with skills necessary to navigate conflicts. As we reflect on these innovative approaches to conflict resolution, let us remember that bridging divides is not merely an ideal, it's a necessity for our collective future. Each one of us has a role to play in fostering understanding and promoting dialogue within our communities. Let us commit ourselves to being agents of change, individuals who actively seek out opportunities for collaboration rather than division. Together we can transform conflicts into pathways for growth and unity. Dhanyavad, dhanyavad alu.
Thank you, Dr. Menard, for those inspiring words and enriching our understanding, particularly by reflecting on emotional intelligence and empathy. Now, introducing our guest of honor for the day, please join me in welcoming His Lordship Justice A.H.M.D. Nawaz, the senior-most judge of the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka. Justice Nawaz, appointed by the former President Gotabaya Rajapaksa, plays a pivotal role in the country's Truth and Reconciliation Commission to address human rights issues following Sri Lanka's three-decade conflict. An LLB graduate from the University of Colombo, His Lordship has an outstanding academic record with accolades in oratory and legal excellence from Sri Lanka Law College. His Lordship's distinguished career includes a long tenure at the Attorney General's Department, where he handles significant civil and criminal matters, including treaty hearings and high-profile international arbitrations. Justice Nawaz is a recipient of the Chevening Scholarship at King's College London and the Fulbright Humphrey Fellowship, achieving LLMs in banking, intellectual property, and international law. With experience at the top US firms, His Lordship brings exceptional expertise in arbitration and WTO law and has a strong academic footprint with extensive publications and teaching contributions. His Lordship's remarkable journey makes him a beacon of judicial and legal excellence. Let's give a warm welcome to Honorable Justice AHMD Nawaz.
Of course, my fond brother and my honored friend, Honorable Justice Gavai, who is raring or who is virtually getting ready to take over the mantle of the Indian Supreme Court, which will be a beacon of light to all of us in the future. And Honorable the High Court Judge, my dear friend, our Chief Minister. In fact, it's good to see you. And of course, Mr. Peter Maynard, my good friend, President, Commonwealth Lawyers Association. It's a pleasure to cross the Park Street and then come to Hyderabad, a city of charm, as Mr. Tariq Khan told us. It holds a lot of attractions to many of us. Of course, his medicinal introduction about how vaccines are produced here brings us close to those memories of how India helped its neighbors by providing medicines during the COVID pandemic. And we were the beneficiaries, and when WHO stamped India's products as usable in the neighboring countries, of course we are grateful to. So therefore it is indeed a pleasure to come over here and see this interactive discussion for the next 3 days. Arbitration is taking over all of us. It has already crept into our judicial adjudications in many a form, and therefore it is very timely and appropriate that that topic should form the most crucial topic for discussion for the next 3 days. And it brings together great minds from several jurisdictions to discuss and charter new frontiers in both mediation and arbitration. As a lover of India, I must say that we draw great inspiration from Indian jurisprudence. Only a few minutes ago, I was speaking to the Honorable Justice Gavai about his significant judgment, how he quotes poetry and how Lord Denning is quoted in one of the judgments. So this is the best of times for the judiciary of India. If India does well, certainly it augurs well for the neighboring jurisdiction, which can draw from its richness of diversity. And we have promised each other that in the future, the Indian jurisprudence will enrich us insofar as we would also learn a great deal from the Supreme Court of India. So under his captaincy, I have no doubt that we will take it to the greater heights when you take over in May, and we are certainly looking forward to that period of renaissance. While I reflect on the judiciary, it is indeed fitting that we must congratulate and compliment IAMC for organizing such a topical seminar and workshop in conjunction with the Commonwealth Association of Lawyers and Judges. It is pivotal that we have such interactions, and in fact, as Lord Bingham said long time ago, the cross-border infusion of jurisprudence and its impact beyond passport control are the healthiest that can happen to lawyers, academics, and judges. We stand to gain a great deal from that enriching experience. Only a few hours ago, I was reflecting as to how the Indian Evidence Ordinance, Evidence Act, also forms a model for the Sri Lankan Evidence Ordinance. When Sir Fitzjames Stephen introduced the Evidence Act, it was copied and pasted in many a jurisdiction across the Commonwealth. If you take Singapore, if you take Malaysia, if you take Sri Lanka, that legislation is the model for all of us. In the same way, the Indian Penal Code contains similar provisions which have been copied into many Commonwealth jurisdictions. The Civil Procedure Code of India also forms the bedrock for all of us. I'm saying all this just to show the closeness of litigation and the courts that enrich our lives day in and day out. In the same way, today, there is this body of arbitral jurisprudence that has engulfed all of us. The debates are raised as to whether the corpus of jurisprudence on arbitral awards must be followed or not, whether they would form the res judicata. All these questions have arisen because of the large corpus of arbitral awards that have today formed certain core principles. I hope and trust the 3-day seminar will provide food for thought for everybody who is present, fortunately, to listen to the speakers. And I'm certainly honored to be part of this grand process which associates me with these great personalities on the podium. I must say, my interactions with my brother has always been on the phone, and I'm very, very glad that I'm today having the opportunity to physically meet him and converse with him, even though I met him in Punjab, Chandigarh, a long time ago. In a way, these interactions provide the basis for friendship, the basis for everlasting relationships, and the bonds that we form at these conferences will go on forever, like Tennyson's brook. Thank you very much for inviting me, and namaste to all of you. All the best to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for that inspiring address, which will definitely stay with us for the next 3 days and even after of the conference. Introducing our next guest of honor for the day, it is my privilege to welcome the Honorable Chief Justice Shri Alok Arade. Born on April 13, 1964 in Raipur, Honorable Chief Justice Arade began his illustrious career in law after earning his BSc and LLB degrees. Enrolled as an advocate in 1988, his lordship practiced extensively in civil, constitution, Arbitration and Corporate Law in the High Court of Madhya Pradesh, and in 2007, His Lordship was designated as a senior advocate. Known for his scholarly contributions, His Lordship revised key editions of Principles of Administrative Law and Principles of Statutory Interpretation. His Lordship's judicial career began with his appointment as an additional judge of the Madhya Pradesh High Court in 2009, later becoming a permanent judge. His Lordship has served in prominent roles across several high courts, including acting Chief Justice of the High Court of Jammu and Kashmir, and has been a guiding force in the Karnataka's judicial administration as the president of the Bangalore Mediation Center and Karnataka Judicial Academy. Recently, in July 2023, His Lordship was appointed as the Honorable Chief Justice of the Telangana High Court. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to the Honorable Chief Justice Shri Alok Arade. I now humbly invite Sir to please address the audience.
Honorable Mr. Justice B.R. Gavai, Judge Supreme Court of India, Mr. A.Revanth Reddy, Honorable Chief Minister, State of Telangana, Honorable Mr. Justice Nawaz, Senior Judge, Supreme Court of Sri Lanka, Dr. Peter D. Menard, President, Commonwealth Lawyers Association, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Namaskar. It is indeed my privilege to be amongst you all in the inaugural session of this conference hosted by IAMC Hyderabad in collaboration with Commonwealth Lawyers Association. The platform brings together some of the brightest minds in law, business, and dispute resolution, united by shared commitment to foster effective and harmonious methods of resolving dispute. Arbitration mediation arbitration model is an innovative approach to alternative dispute resolution which combines the strength of arbitration and mediation to resolve the disputes efficiently and amicably. It provides a structured yet flexible framework which balances the enforceability of arbitration with collaborative potential of mediation. The dual nature of process allows the parties to maintain a degree of control over the process and its outcome. The importance of Med-Arb has been highlighted by the report of high-level committee headed by Honorable Mr. Justice B.S. Sri Krishna, former Judge Supreme Court of India. The report mentions the substantial benefits of Med-Arb process and discusses how the process saves times and is cost efficient. It has been highlighted in the report that process permits the parties to have greater autonomy with a structured timeline. The report further suggests that the time and cost could be reduced up to 30% as compared to traditional arbitration, making it a viable option for business houses aiming to minimize expenditure. The mediation arbitration model has seen increasing acceptance globally. The process is accepted widely in India and Asia due to our country's cultural preference for conciliation and dialogue. The arbitration institutions like IAMC Hyderabad, the international arbitration centers in Delhi and Mumbai have incorporated mediation arbitration process into their services. The Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 and the Mediation Act 2023 support hybrid alternative dispute resolution mechanism. The draft amendment to Section 30 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996 has proposed substitution of the words arbitral award with mediated settlement agreement enforceable in accordance with provisions of Mediation Act 2023. The proposed amendment represents a step towards encouraging settlement without impacting the ability of parties to take recourse to the remedy of arbitration. The Med-Arb model has found acceptance even on a global level. Singapore International Mediation Center and Singapore International Arbitration Center have collaborated to offer arbitration mediation arbitration protocol, which is a huge success. The key reasons are strong legal framework, institutional support, and recognition of mediated settlement in international arbitration under the UN Convention on Mediation. In Australia, mediation arbitration is generally a flexible option which offers smooth transition from mediation to arbitration. The process starts with a mediation phase, and if the parties reach a stalemate, they can transit directly to arbitration with some neutral third party or appoint a new arbitrator. In Tanzania, Med-Arb has found a unique application in labor disputes. The labor institutions mediation and arbitration guideline rules legalize Med-Arb with mediation mandatory before the arbitration can proceed. This structured process ensures that labor disputes are handled efficiently while giving parties a strong chance for resolution at each stage. The Med-Arb process promises an efficient hybrid dispute resolution mechanism. However, the success depends on addressing several cultural, procedural, and jurisdictional hurdles. These challenges arise from variation in legal tradition, institutional readiness, and perceptions of stakeholders, as well as practical implementation. The institutions therefore have to play an important role in ensuring enforceability of consent award, maximize efficiency in administering the procedures, and to provide for flexibility in scheduling mediation during ongoing arbitration. In this conference, there are several technical sessions which cover various aspects of Med-Arb process. I am sure that discussions and deliberations held in various sessions will pave the way for meaningful, progressive, innovative solutions and actionable recommendations. In closing, I wish this conference a great success. Thank you for your attention.
We're truly grateful, Your Lordship, for sharing your invaluable and thought-provoking insights covering significant steps that have been taken by various Commonwealth countries. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce the Honorable Chief Minister of Telangana, Shri Hon'ble Reddy Garu, a dynamic leader whose political journey and accomplishments have inspired many. Born on November 8, 1969 in Kondareddipalli, Nagar Kurnool district, Telangana, Mr. Reddy Garu pursued a Bachelor of Arts from AV College, Hyderabad, setting the foundation for his political career. He began his public service journey by contesting the local body elections and successfully securing a position as a ZPTC member from the Midgil Mandal. He later was elected as a member of the Legislative Council in 2007 and from 2009 to 2018 served as a member of the Legislative Assembly. Further, in 2019, Mr. Revanth Reddy Garu became a member of the Parliament after successfully contesting in the general elections. His unwavering dedication led to his appointment as the President of the Telangana Pradesh Congress Committee in 2021. Under his visionary leadership, the INC achieved a landmark victory in 2023 Telangana Assembly elections, marking a significant shift in the state's political landscape. On December 7, 2023, Mr. Revanth Reddy Garu was sworn in as the Telangana's second Chief Minister. Known for his people-centric governance, he is committed to making the Chief Minister's office accessible to citizens, embodying a transparent and inclusive leadership style. Mr. Reddy Garu is also dedicated towards making the state of Telangana a $1 trillion economy with the development of its cities and villages with world-class infrastructural facilities, which has already commenced at a rapid rate. The government of Telangana, with huge credit to Mr. Reddy Garu, has also tuned in major investment deals and MOUs, which would deliver a plethora of job opportunities for the people. A former member of the Parliament representing Malkajgiri and a veteran legislator, Hon'ble CM Mr. Reddy Garu's contributions continue to shape Telangana's progress. We are absolutely privileged and graced to have him with us today. I now humbly invite the Honorable Chief Minister for the State of Telangana, Shri Hon'ble Revanth Reddy Garu, to deliver the keynote address.
Good evening. Honorable Chief Justice Sri Bhushan Ramakrishna Gawai, Supreme Court of India, Honorable Justice Sri Alok Arade, Chief Justice of High Court of Telangana, Sri Nawaz, Supreme Court Justice of Sri Lanka, and Dr. Peter, all the guests present here. I congratulate the organizers, the International Arbitration and Mediation Center, and the Commonwealth Lawyers Association. Today, Hyderabad is globally recognized as a power hub in software, pharma, life sciences, healthcare, and biotechnology industries. With new initiatives like Future City, AI City, Hyderabad will reposition itself as a global leader in future technologies. To facilitate this, we need world-class ecosystem and effective dispute resolution mechanism. Judiciary is the cornerstone of our democracy. But there is a big issue before judiciary, huge backlog of cases. India needs alternative dispute resolution mechanisms to help reduce cases pendency and ensure justice which is fast and efficient. Hyderabad is proud to be on global arbitration map next to Singapore and London. For this, we are thankful to the International Arbitration and Mediation Center. Today, if we can combine mediation and arbitration for quick dispute resolution, business will no longer see disputes as a bottleneck for making investment quickly. IAMC can help not only Hyderabad and Telangana, but entire India. I have a request for all of you. Good practices of mediation and arbitration should be not just available to global investors, big corporations and governments, but also to common man, poor people, especially the weakest sections. I hope we will soon see another conference on how to make ADR methods available for common and poor people, and more resources allocated for taking up pro bono cases. Finally, I wish this conference great success. It is in such gatherings where transformative ideas are born. My best wishes to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Hon'ble Revanth Reddy Garu, for addressing us with your profound words of wisdom. Now, it is an honor and privilege to introduce Honorable Mr. Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gawai, esteemed Judge of the Supreme Court of India. Born on November 24, 1960, Honorable Justice Gawai began his legal journey in 1985 and soon established a strong practice in constitutional and administrative law, initially working with renowned Advocate General Raja S. Bonsale, practicing extensively across the Bombay High Court, particularly its Nagpur bench. His lordship served as counsel for major municipal bodies and corporations in Maharashtra. Honorable Justice Gawai's dedication saw him appointed as the Assistant Government Pleader and Additional Public Prosecutor in 1992, later becoming Government Pleader in 2000. Elevated as a judge of the Bombay High Court in 2003 and confirmed as a permanent judge in 2005, His Lordship presided over cases across its benches in Mumbai, Nagpur, Aurangabad, and Panaji. In May 2019, His Lordship was elevated to the Supreme Court of India, where he continues to serve with distinction. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Honorable Mr. Justice Bhushan Ramakrishna Gawai.